We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Welcome to another edition of the Unscripted 101 podcast. I'm your host, DJ Briscoe. You all know the deal, what you just heard there. If you don't know what it is, Google it, Shazam it, do whatever, especially for all you folks who like to play on your phones day in and day out. So let's get down to business. The topic that I'm going to discuss is the Pascal Siakam deal that happened this afternoon around 3 o'clock, if I'm correct. Pascal Siakam has been sent to Indiana for Bruce Brown, Jordan, Nora, and 3 first-round picks. Also some, I don't know what else. Oh, sorry. Kira Lewis was also sent to the Raptors, a bunch of throw-ins. So the Raptors basically traded Pascal Siakam for 3 first-round picks. Two of them are this year. One is in 2026. For 2 cans of corned beef and a pack of Skittles. And where I'm going with this, I'll be straightforward. This ain't going to be no 30-minute podcast. They basically got rid of him because they did not want to be left without anything at the end of the year. Pascal Siakam, as some of you know, is going to be a free agent. Is going to be a free agent at the end of this year. And is definitely going to test his waters from sources. And the Raptors this past offseason did not offer him any kind of contract extension, especially after the fact he made the All-Star team for the second time and also got an second team All-NBA, if I'm correct. So even if they gave him or he was offered a discount deal, he might have taken it. They didn't even offer him that. They offered him nothing. So basically, walking into this season, he was in a contract year. Now, people say he held the Raptors hostage. He did this, he did that. Wouldn't you, after the team that you've been loyal to decides to just throw you away? But again, I'm going to say this again, and I want you all to hear this clear. There's no such thing as fair in business. Make sure you take care of yourself. Cover all your corners, all your ceilings, all your floors, everything. Because teams will do this. Do you guys not remember what he did to DeMar DeRozan? Do you all remember what Masai did to Mr. DeRozan? So we're not going to get into that. So let's get back to the trade. So this is what the deal is. And the Raptors could have made a deal last year with him having 1 year left on his deal, could have got, something substantially better to help the team. This is a rebuild deal, as most people would say it is, but is it really a rebuild or is it just a dead in the water deal? Because none of these players in this deal are going to help the Raptors. And Bruce Brown, apparently, rumor is that he might be shipped again. So what is this? You got 3 first-round picks, 2 this year. And I'll tell you all right now, the draft is absolutely a waste of time. There's nothing going to happen in this draft. There's no impact players in this draft. The draft that just passed here had better players, and that draft was horrible. So can you imagine this one in 2024, which is coming up in June? I mean, there are a lot of good prospects in this draft. I will say that. But they're all mostly development guys. You're not going to make an impact right away, or it might be great utility players, for the foreseeable future. But if they prove me wrong, I would like to be happy because I haven't seen a great draft in the last 10 years. So I'll just be real and honest with you all here. But Masai really got this wrong. And I'm not just talking about the draft, the whole process. My opinion. But as a basketball guy as I am, and looking at the situation, you're a business guy. Why would you hold on to somebody after you deliberately did not give him an extension? You did not give him an extension. You held on to him. If you're not going to give him an extension, you knew from last year going into the offseason that you were not going to give him an extension. So why didn't you just trade him? You let Fred walk. You could have traded Fred. Should have traded Fred. You could have got rid of him. You could have traded Pascal and Fred and got something to really balance it out and help you out. You see, the problem is with a lot of these guys is they're very stubborn in their tactical ways. And the thing is, in life, most smart people, they figure you out. And I think a lot of GMs, executives, people in the basketball world across the globe figured him out. Figured out how he does business. How he's done things and the way he does things. So him going out and getting a blockbuster deal and basically robbing the cradle wasn't going to happen. And as we saw, look at this trade. You have a protected pick, which could go to the Spurs, and you have 2 first-rounders. One of them is Indiana's, which is going to be a low one. And the other one, I don't even know whose pick that is. I think that pick has been passed so many times, I think, holy crap. Light years. So, I don't know, man. It's going to be very intriguing to see where this goes. To me, it's like, if you're a Raptor fan, should you be optimistic? Sure. I mean, look what happened tonight. You played very well against Miami. There was tons of ball movement. Guys seemed to be in the flow. They were motivated. So there is a lot of, positives behind this. The perspective for the future is pretty good if things continue the way they are. But you have no help in this trade. The 3 guys you acquired are absolutely irrelevant. Absolutely. When you made the trade with the Knicks, you had 2 guys right away that you know that could help. Most of you know how much I love Emmanuel Quickley and what he did for my Knicks. Yes, by the way, I am a big Knicks fan. Lifetime Knicks fan. But I'm just very, very just like disappointed because I'm a big Masai fan and I support him as a black man, as a fan of the game, the whole perspective of the game. And I've seen what he's done with basketball across the globe. But this deal is just like, it's almost like he panicked. I don't want to say he did, and I'm not saying he is a guy that's going to panic, but it's like, I know he could do better with this deal. And I feel like, there's so much more in this deal that, he could have accomplished, right? You're giving up a guy right now who is averaging 22 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And we know those statistics are going to drop going to Indiana because he's going to be around Miles Turner and Tyrese Halliburton and, Benedict Mathurin and Buddy Hield and a host of other guys. So, those stats are going to drop. But nevertheless, they're going to be an impact. He's going to make an impact some way, somehow. He's going to have to because, Indiana gave up nothing pretty much for him besides draft picks. So, it's just, for me, it's mind-boggling how this trade even happened. It's just like, what does this trade do for the future? Now people say, oh yeah, I mean, they're going to tank and the future is going to be like 3-4 years. Nobody wants to wait 3-4 years. And coming into this season, Masai really did not be specific on what his plan was. Now, you're not going to tell us everything because we shouldn't have to know everything. You just go out and do it. The media especially was hounding him, and there's reasons why, but the media is going to be annoying and they're going to be pesтерous, as I would say. I know I made up the word, but yeah, they're pest. I call them pesтерous. But at the end of the day, there's a problem. Like, where does this, what direction are you going? Now, a lot of people say Scotty Barnes is the guy. Is he really the guy? Or does he want to be the guy? Because if you look at the stat sheet tonight for the NBA, for the Raptors game tonight, I thought it was very intriguing because I pay attention to the little things. I don't just talk out of my ass and pretend. You got to watch this. Now, it's just one game without Pascal, but it's very interesting how this stat sheet looks and how it is. So let's look at the stat sheet here. Scotty had 20 points. He started off slow this game, but then he picked it up. You have Gary Trent Jr., who's been missing for the last, 40 plus games? 28 points. RJ has one of his spark nights, gives you 26. Emmanuel Quickly gives you 17 and 9. 9 assists. So, I mean, if this could happen every night, and I'm sure that Gary Trent is now going to be inserted into the starting lineup, which he should, I think things are going to be good for him, especially because gives him more touches. I mean, if you look at Gary Trent, his touches go up. Substantially goes up now. So let's see what he could do. And hopefully young Grady Dick gets an opportunity to show something on the court, and then we'll see how it is. But the Raptors, the center position, the center and the power forward position needs to be addressed. Needs to be addressed. When you got Thaddeus Young and I don't even know the kid's name, something Porter? I don't even know the kid's, no disrespect to the kid. You got to go out there and do something. A rebuild means you're going to, tool up, fix up, but you better find pieces that make sense. Jonte Porter, averaging 4.6, 3.6 rebounds, 2.4 assists, with a putrid 37% from the field. 37.5, folks, from the field. Are you serious? That's your center? Come on, guys. Masai, I hope you're making another deal. I hope those other pieces that you picked up, the 2 cans of corned beef and the bag of rice and the pack of Skittles that you picked up, you can go out and get some help up front. You need some size because you've been giving away and you don't get anything back in return. But back to the trade. Does it make an impact on Indiana right away? No, I don't think it does. I still think the teams are going to be Miami, Boston, and Philadelphia. I mean, Siakam might do something for them in the playoffs. There might be an upset. Don't be surprised. There could be an upset for sure. But as far as impactful, like, boom, they're going to be like the best team in the East, I don't think so. We got to see how the chemistry goes. And then after that, we'll take it from there. So it's a process. But like I said, this trade was interesting. But if I'm going to grade it, I'm going to definitely give it a 4 out of 10. 3.5 out of 10. I'll be nice. 3.5 out of 10. And out of an A or B or whatever grade, out of an alphabet grade, D minus. Because you didn't get anything. You couldn't steal Benedict Mathurin? Are you serious? I would have rather it been Pascal, 2 first-rounders, and Benedict Mathurin. I would have said, you know what? Boom. Here we go. Now you could build with something. Yes, okay, yeah, he's another small forward, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? He does things that the team needs. Because Scotty does the defensive stuff. RJ does the shooting stuff. Gary Trent is just a hands-on, bam, pass me the ball and I'll make the shots. And I could take it to the basket anytime type of guy. So the more the merrier. Don't tell me, they got too many small forwards. The game has changed, folks. The game is pretty much 3 forwards, 2 guards. That's how the game is now. So I don't want to hear this. I still can't believe that he got really nothing substantial out of this deal. But again, we're going to see how this team plays. We're going to see if these 3 pieces are going to be impactful at all, or are they even going to be on the court for this team? So But pretty much that's my wrap up on the trade. I think I've said enough. But yeah, folks, this is it. This is another edition of the Unscripted 101 podcast. Pay attention and keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes, ears, and open for the next edition of this podcast. More to come. Divisional round. Stay tuned for that podcast, folks. Anyways, I'm out. Take care. Peace.